JP, I just gotta tell you, man, been a year plus we're doing this show. Great times.
Year and a half.
Year and a half.
Yeah.
This might be my last episode here.
Did I do something wrong?
No, nothing to do with you.
Okay.
I
didn't mention DC too much.
No, well, you do that, yes.
Okay. Yeah.
But I'm probably leaving town.
Leaving town.
Like leaving town in general.
Like vacation?
No. I mean, yes. Kind of job. I did apply somewhere else. It's far away.
Okay. Couldn't do this remotely or something?
No. Jump out.
Where are you going?
I'm joining the Space Force.
Yeah, okay, we'll be back next week, folks. But, yeah. You are listening to the Old Titans, who will be around next week. This is John Paul.
The newest member of Space Force, the B-Man.
Yeah.
Do I get a lightsaber? I kind of want to... I mean, like a laser gun. Something cool, right? And how do I apply?
I don't know either of those things. Personally, I want to be part of Atari Force, not Space Force, but...
No, Atari Force is an imaginary thing, John Paul. Space Force is a very real thing.
Hey, I've got actual Atari Force comics at home, and the Atari is back. So, you know.
Well, alternative facts would say Space Force is legit.
Okay.
We're going there.
Okay, well, you know, good luck with that.
Thank you.
Let us know,
I will.
how things go.
I will message you from space.
If you find yourself on the moon, like, carve a really big, Old Titans logo or something.
Which I just thought of this. They need a Black Hole reboot. That was a good movie.
Would a reboot be a good idea?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know why it'd be a good idea? Because the first one sucked.
What?
It was horrible.
Had Norman Bates in the first one, dude.
It was horrible.
Oh, God. Yeah, I'm not talking about this anymore.
I mean, it's not like it was Independence Day or something.
We're not talking about it anymore either.
Speaking of, I think it's time for the B-Man question of the week.
Well, John Paul, we are going into the Independence Day. We're already at the holidays already, almost.
1 week from today?
Yeah.
7 days from our recording day. I don't know when people are listening to this. You could be listening to this at Christmas. So, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah. Or Happy Hanukkah. Don't be...
Happy Hanukkah.
Whatever.
Yeah, well, it's...
Just saying.
It could be any time. It could be St. Patrick's Day. It could be Bebo Day.
Luck of the Irish.
Yeah.
Oh, anyway, it's not Bebo Day. So give me, give me a couple. We'll go from there.
Okay.
Movies that make you think of Independence Day. That's something you probably get to watch this time of year or something that makes you think of that.
All right. Well, there's the obvious one.
What's that?
Independence Day.
That movie's garbage.
I know we disagree on that one. I do love it. The cast is... Okay, put aside your thoughts on it. You got to admit, the cast is a great cast. They got a lot of
they do have
good
a lot
people.
of good stars.
Even if there's one or two you don't like, there's so many good ones.
Okay.
And I happen to like it. Yeah, the virus is stupid at the end, but
that's what kills it for me, though, man. The fact that they literally use a virus to beat aliens by hacking into their computer system.
Yeah.
One guy did it by himself too, by the way.
Yeah, he did.
I just find it hard to believe.
Cable repair guy.
On very limited resources they had.
On a Mac.
Yeah. I mean, I can play Star Wars on Mac. Never mind.
Maybe that's the reason. Maybe Macs are really alien technology, and that's why they don't work with anything really well.
No, it would be a Dell, because they have the Alienware.
Well, I do know. That's true.
So, I mean, they just did that wrong.
Okay. But, Independence Day aside,
okay.
I've got 3. Putting that aside, I've got 3 of them. I've got Holiday Inn, which, classic movie, Bing Crosby. They cover lots of different holidays, but one of the biggest numbers in the thing is at 4th of July.
Never saw it, never wanted to. Okay.
Hey, man, so you see Fred Astaire dancing and firecrackers and all this kind of stuff.
You are older than me.
Yeah, it's a great movie. Great movie. Music Man. You ever seen The Music Man?
Never desired to see the movie.
Another musical.
Okay. I'm not surprised.
Well, it's a Music Man is actually, of all musicals that exist, that's the one you'd probably find yourself most willing to sit through and say, I enjoyed that. Because there's just something about it that just
Avenue
Q. Avenue Q I actually liked, yeah.
That was great.
It's not a July 4th, Independence Day.
That movie, that's always good. That's the best musical there is. Let's be real.
It's a little disturbing at times.
Not for your kids. Not kid-friendly.
No, not kid-friendly.
Not kid-friendly.
All right, and my last one is probably the most American Independence Day movie of all of them. And that is a musical again. Oh, God. But it's 1776. And 1776 is it's a musical set there in Philadelphia. The founders writing the Declaration of Independence, signing it, that whole thing. You see, Ben Franklin, John Hancock, John Adams, Thomas Jefferson. They're all, main characters in this, and it's pretty awesome.
I get you.
If you like history and are American and all that good stuff.
Well, John Paul, there's really only one Independence Day movie there is. Just one.
Just one?
And that is a very simple question. I
Not
guarantee TBS
not
will
a
play
musical.
it.
Not a musical, right?
They play music in one of the backgrounds when the boat arrives, yes. But will the beaches be open? That question is answered, John Paul. The beaches should be closed. Because Jaws is out there, John Paul. Jaws is the greatest Independence Day movie, hands down. Hands down. My hands are both down to the table right now.
Your hands are both down. I can confirm that, folks. His hands were both down at that moment. I cannot confirm it's the greatest. It's a great movie.
It is.
Not the greatest Independence Day movie.
People list as one of the greatest movies of history. A lot of companies.
It's a great movie. Absolutely a great movie.
It takes place on Independence Day. That's the whole
Die,
of the movie.
Die Hard is a great Christmas movie. It's not one of the greatest Christmas movies of all time, but it is a great.
People surprisingly don't consider that Christmas movie. It obviously is.
It obviously
it's
is.
Hands down.
Same way Jaws is July 4th.
Well, Jaws is the July 4th is really a centerpiece of Jaws.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to close the beaches down, but they can't because also the tourists coming in. Plus, let's be real between you and I'm from that area.
Yeah.
I'm from New England.
Yeah.
I used to go to the Cape all the time, especially on the 4th of July time.
Yeah.
They make Amity is part of the Cape in a way. They make fun of the whole Cape. They talk about the Cape radio and the Cape accents. Pakika, they'd say that in them.
Yeah.
We don't talk like that.
No, you just talk really, really, really fast.
Anyways, so yeah, Jaws is the one to
Okay.
watch.
All right.
I mean, no, a couple other movies. Jaws 2 is another great one. And The Patriot. Mel Gibson, before we went crazy, Mel Gibson The Patriot was a good movie.
The Patriot is, I almost hate to say fun. I mean, you hate to say fun about a movie that is that realistic. I mean, not that, I mean, yes, he's kind of unrealistic, but about real events and real people dying
kids
and all
get
the
killed,
rest
that
of stuff.
kind of thing, yeah.
I hate to say fun about something that has that subject matter, but it is really, really cool. Okay, but either way, Patriot definitely counts.
Great cast, too. Heath Ledger, Mel Gibson,
Yeah.
Jason Isaacs. Can't get better. I mean, you can't get better.
Crazy guy, in different ways. Mel Gibson, just crazy guy.
Yeah.
Heath Ledger, Joker. Jason Isaacs, everything he's done is usually crazy
Great
evil.
actor.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. But it's
Well,
anyway. All right.
anyways, yes,
So
news.
moving on to the news.
Yes.
Unless you have any more. Do you have any more movies?
No, I'm good.
Okay. So that's the news.
I'm glad
sound.
you did that, yes.
Yes, news sound. All right, Tom Holland, Spider-Man himself, leaked the title for the next
The
movie.
best Spider-Man himself, yes.
I won't go there. Spider-Man Far From Home, which at the moment he is very, very far from home.
It looked like in the picture. You saw the poster, I'm guessing?
No, I didn't. I just saw
If
that
that
he
was
had
a
leaked
legit
it.
poster, it looked like the Venom symbiote was coming on him.
Okay, well,
I could be
that's-
mistaken.
Could be. That'd be kind of cool.
I don't know. The movie's coming out. Venom's coming out pretty soon. It looks bad.
I don't know. I'm kind of looking forward to seeing it. Maybe
You like bad movies.
sometimes.
Suicide Squad.
Yeah. All right. So next news story.
Yes.
Have you heard the rumors about Kevin Smith possibly directing a Star Wars or Marvel movie?
No.
That's good because it's not happening.
Okay.
Kevin Smith confirmed. So it's kind of a non-news item, but it's a non-news
It's
item.
not a new item that disputes news.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll
Yeah.
go with that.
So anyway, but he officially said that the only money that's changing hands in relation to a Star Wars or Marvel movie is him buying tickets to go see them.
Would you want to direct a Star Wars movie if you were a director? I wouldn't. I'd rather just enjoy
A
them.
standalone movie, that could be fun.
Okay.
But I don't think I'd want one of the big mega,
You want to sit there back and
Sure.
enjoy it, right?
most of the time.
Unless it's The Last Jedi, which is going to hate it, and we talk about it all the time in the show.
Oh, there's that. How about this? Do a brand new holiday special. that would, that could work.
I would definitely do that. I would watch that jump off.
All right. I know that you've kind of stopped watching a lot of the DC CW shows.
Yes.
But the crossovers that happen each year are really, really cool. And I don't think you watched the crossover this year, correct? You now can watch the whole thing on Netflix. Supergirl's season just ended, and so Supergirl is now on Netflix. Now you have all 4 parts on there. So I would highly recommend anybody who's ever enjoyed any of that. This year they did one big movie. There was not a distinction between the different episodes except for which what do I want to call it? Which stream they're on Netflix. So it's episode 8 of each of the 4 shows. It's Supergirl, then Arrow, then Flash, then Legends. So highly recommend you or anyone else who's listening who's not seen Crisis on Earth X to go watch it.
Okay.
It's good. Moving on, you notice that was DC news, and you didn't say anything about it.
I knew you had DC.
It is the only DC news I have in the entire
That is
news
crazy.
thing. Yeah.
Your whole DC podcast thingy. How about DC Rush Hour? Is that still going on?
Not going on right now. No,
When's the last episode of DC Rush Hour?
it's been a while. It's been a while. It's been about 6 months.
Okay.
So I'll get back to it.
I'm sure you will.
Do you know what this year marks? Is it anniversary wise?
No.
The 25th anniversary of Demolition Man.
That is so exciting.
Yeah, I know. It's
don't
not that exciting. But it was a fun movie. It was fun. And one of the cool jokes in it was that after the franchise wars, the only restaurant that existed was Taco Bell. So this year at San Diego Comic-Con, Taco Bell is recreating one of the Taco Bell restaurants from the movie at the convention, is doing a whole campaign around it and everything.
Really?
Yeah, so that's kind of neat. I mean, that's kind of cool.
Taco Bell didn't take over. I don't see it taking over.
It's not yet, though. We haven't hit that. It's
Yeah, but
2032.
It's actually going down more than I.
Well, yeah. But they've got 14 years to still have the franchise wars and come out on top.
Okay. I don't see it happening.
I don't either. I hope it doesn't, but they've got 14 years to still make it happen. Kevin Feige, or however you say Kevin F's name from Marvel Studios.
Kevin Feige, I think. I
Yeah,
could be wrong.
that guy, who's done a great job. I'm not trying to make fun of him. He's done a great job. No
Yes.
question. DC does need a person like that leading their efforts. No question. He came out this past week and said, that sounds horrible. Not that sound horrible, but it sounds like the wrong news item. He didn't come out this week. He might have come out some time ago.
If
I have
he
no
came out,
idea.
good for him.
That's good for him.
Congratulations.
Right. That's what I mean. It's not really bad news. It's just that was not the news. I just said the phrase wrong. He came out in a statement this week to say that moving forward and soon, over half of the Marvel heroes will be women.
Okay.
Personally, I think, okay. But he seemed to think this was incredible, fantastic. I think it would have probably been better news if it had been, like, here's the schedule for all the movies, and here's what we're talking about. Instead, it's, we got Captain Marvel next year, and Black Widow will be starting up soon. And we'll be looking at more, and that's it. That didn't sound like half just yet.
Well, we don't know what else on the plate.
We don't know. But I think that would have been better to have said that instead of just soon.
I'm kind of wondering, because it does seem like Hemsworth is done with Thor.
Yeah.
If they go the female, if they go the Jane Foster,
That would be cool.
it's not Natalie Portman. Preferably.
There's worse. There's worse.
Okay.
She's okay. She'll be fine.
She hates the fanboy franchises.
That would be the problem. Yeah, they probably should recast it then.
Yeah.
All right. Actually, what would be really good? Have you kept up with the whole Jane Foster Thor story?
In the comics?
Yeah.
No. What happened?
The whole premise behind it is Jane Foster had, I believe it was cancer. She was dying.
Right.
And while she is Thor, of course, that's held at bay. When she changes back to Jane Foster, he comes back. And somewhere through that, I don't know if they've actually killed her off yet in the story or not, or if that's coming up. But if they could find an actress who has actually overcome some form of cancer or something,
That'd be awesome.
they could
I mean,
bring...
not that awesome having cancer, but
No, but having overcome it and all that could be such a cool thing they brought to the part.
what I actually would like to do a little spin-off, because, again, Natalie is a great actress, don't get me wrong. She always seems to badmouth the... At least not only badmouth them, but kind of distance herself from the fanboy franchises, that's what she usually does. Instead of going her route, go Kat Dennings. I love Kat Dennings. She's already been in the Thor franchises. She's the best part of the first two movies. Let's be real.
Yeah,
Just have her be the next Thor. I would love it.
could be. All right. Well, as of today, we're recording this on Wednesday, New Comics Day.
Yes.
As of today, it's 63 days until Dragon Con. So by the time people are listening to this, it's probably 62 or 61 or 60, or it could be past if they listen to this way into the future. But Dragon Con 2018, 63 days. I'm excited.
I'm excited for you, John Paul.
Thank you. And my final bit of news, Star Trek Discovery, which we both enjoyed this past season, correct?
Yep.
It's first season, first season, only season so far. According to a new report, it is the most popular streaming show in the U.S. and the U.K. for this past year, which kind of surprised me. I figured it'd be something on Netflix.
I thought Cobra Kai would be up there as well. I really did. Maybe not around the world, actually. Maybe just U.S. 'cause Cobra Kai isn't really a...
Yeah, but it's also fairly new. I mean, if you look at how long it's been
so
out, how many
Discovery.
episodes.
Discovery's only been out for like 12 episodes. It came out...
Yeah,
A little
but
earlier,
you had
but-
everything. But you had from September all the way through February,
True.
and then more time since February for people to continue watching.
Have
and
you
talk
seen
about
Cobra Kai yet?
it. I've not seen it yet.
I thought you wanted to see that. I thought you wanted to see that.
I do want to see
It's
it.
definitely worth seeing. I enjoyed that heartily. I thought that was really entertaining.
I will get there. Part of the problem is the stuff being on, different streaming services, having to pay for extra ones or whatever. And at some point, you're like, how many of these can you pay for? And yes, you can do the free trial, but then you got to stream it all in 1 week and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know.
But it's essentially only 5 hours.
Yeah, I know. It'd be quick.
So you can do that in like a day if you wanted to, honestly.
All right. So this week's episode is going to be a little bit shorter, but I do have a main topic for us. I want to talk about this kind of.
Wait. You know the news, Jean Paul?
That's kind of dumb.
No. There's one part of news you've got to listen to it. Mention here.
All right. So don't forget, we just got through talking about the streaming
Okay,
service thing.
I know
Okay.
that. I'm just saying.
What's the news?
I made a joke. People thought it was a joke a while ago that I have connections to the Star Wars universe.
Well, yeah, you're part of
No,
Space Force now.
I am part of Space Force, but I'm not yet. I'm applying for that.
Oh, okay.
But after last week's episode, literally, I think it was like 2 hours after we aired it, published it, Star Wars and Lucasfilm has come out and said, we're going to put all our solo movies on, not saying solo, but individual movies on hold indefinitely.
Which would include the solo movies.
Yes. After we had
That
the topic of what should they do.
That was absolutely creepy and hilarious at the same time.
So I'm not saying they listen to us all the time, but let's be real, they listen to us. Kathleen Kennedy has our little app on her phone.
All right, so Kathy, K-Girl, I don't know what she goes by with her friends. I don't know. But whatever it is, listen to us, take our advice, hire us as consultants. We would be happy
as
to
Jedi,
do that.
perhaps. Jump, I'll be Sith, most likely.
Hey,
you know
whatever
what?
they
Give
want
me
to
a
do.
lightsaber, I'll do it. I don't care.
Yeah,
I'll take it with me as Space Force. It'd be great.
there we go. All right. So now I can go on with the actual topic.
Well, that's
Okay.
fine.
So you remember I was talking about streaming service?
Yes.
And earlier, when we were talking about Independence Day movies, one of the ones I mentioned was Music Man. All right. So my question, this isn't a question of the week. My question for the main topic is, from the time of VCRs through DVDs, Blu-rays, streaming services, on demand, and all that, I feel like we've lost something as a culture.
Okay.
Yeah, let me explain, and I want to get your opinion on this and see if you think. And that doesn't mean we haven't gained something as well, but I think we've lost something. So back somewhere, I don't know, probably around 1980, somewhere in that general time frame, 80, 81, I was at home with my whole, 4 channels at the time, ABC, CBS, NBC, and PBS.
Bunny ears.
Having to actually walk up to the TV, and change the channel.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Okay. There was nothing on ABC, CBS, or NBC. And so, and this could have been years before that even, I don't know, because I don't remember when Fox started out. But either way, so I flipped to PBS, because that's always hit that last.
Okay.
Not because PBS is bad, it's the least likely to have something on there. And I discovered the Music Man. They were in the middle of a song that I'd heard before, 76 trombones and all that, and it was fun, and the other channels had nothing like news or fishing shows or stuff like that. And I discovered the Music Man, and it has since become one of my favorite all-time movies, my favorite musical of all musicals, and one of my favorite movies of all time, which I never would have seen if I hadn't been forced to just flip the TV around and find whatever was on. At the same time, I'm sure, and that story might not apply to you, but every year, I bet, growing up, Christmas was really important for multiple reasons. Not only was it Christmas, but that was when you got to watch Charlie Brown and his sad little Christmas tree, Rudolph and his shiny nose. Somewhere in March, you'd watch Wizard of Oz. There are these events that happen throughout the year around certain episodes of TV shows that only aired at certain times of the year. You couldn't just in the middle of the summer decide, I want to see The Great Pumpkin and watch it whenever you wanted. Or when you got near Halloween, pick a time. And because they had it happen just at certain times, the whole family would gather. Family, friends would all gather around the TV. Everybody watched these at the same time. So it was more than watching the TV show. You could quote it. But it was that family type thing. So between that and missing other stuff, I feel like we've lost something because, honestly, I'm sure you're raising your child to watch things like Charlie Brown and Rudolph and stuff. You have no idea when I watch it. We can't talk about it. Hey, Quinn saw it last night. Oh, okay, I saw it last week. What? It misses something.
I think as a culture in general, we watch too much TV to begin with.
Granted.
And I think the problem with the streaming service is that's the problem. There's so much out there right now. When you had just 5 channels, ABC, PBS, whatever, CBS.
Fox eventually.
5, you were limited to what you can watch. And then summertime came, and then all the reruns are on TV.
Yep.
So and then half the time there are reruns, whatever it is. TV right now has changed so much where there's no reruns anymore. At least most of these shows don't have reruns anymore.
Not what we think of as reruns, right?
Right. They have Monday through Friday. Every day has a different show. Once the show ends, another show picks up where
Yep.
it really left off.
Yep, pretty much. The only reruns are almost intentional. Hey, we're going to show this on Tuesday and Saturday. So for those who can't
Right.
see one of the two, you watch it on the other day.
Right. And it just feels like there's so many different channels right now. There's so many different streaming services right now. There's so many different options right now that we almost have to be home every night to watch these things. I almost honestly, in general, almost completely gave up on TV. I literally hate watching TV these days. Just the fact that I feel like I've become a zombie.
Well, part of that is everything you said, and part of it is probably your favorite one. I'm guessing Game of Thrones
Yes.
hasn't been on for a year.
That's true too.
Yeah.
But even like Walking Dead, I just
Yeah, you
give
give
them
it
that
a
one.
lot, yeah.
Game of Thrones I'll definitely watch when that comes back out there. But even when I was heavily watching TV, I try to limit myself to 3 or 4 shows a week. That was it.
Yep.
You know, my wife, fortunately, she has like 12 shows a week. And I mean, that's an exaggeration, whatever it is. But
Actually, it would not be an exaggeration for me. I've got more than that, yeah.
and it's just, I think people in general, we get home and we don't do anything else except watch TV these days. Like, what else have you done? I play a lot of video games. I do that.
Yeah.
But at the same point, I feel like as a culture in general, we just lost everything. How often do you see kids playing in the yards anymore? I never see this. I never see it anymore.
Not enough. The occasional time.
Growing up,
yeah.
and I was born in the 80s. See, when I was born in the 70s. But I really grew up in the 80s, let's be real.
Right,
The first few years, I wasn't really... So my really 80 on, it was my childhood, essentially.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, yeah, I had a TV in my room, but again, like I said, 5 channels. There usually wasn't much things on for me. Video games weren't as big as they are now.
Right.
When I play with your friends.
Yeah, Pong, there's only so long it can keep
Yeah.
your attention.
There's only so much you can't see your friends at all. Now video games, I can play with friends all day long. They're on headphones, but wait,
Yeah.
we're playing together. Which is good in a way, because some of my friends back in Boston I don't see ever anymore. I get to play with them online.
Yep.
It's kind of cool that way, kind of experience that way.
Both Martin and Alex are like that. They play with people constantly online.
Yeah.
Whatever the game is.
But at the same point, we lost everything, I think. We lost the ability to socialize.
Yeah.
I think TV has killed that. Video games have killed that in a way to me. Even video games right now, it's like, if I want a new game coming out, before they get out, go to the store or something. Now I just want it. Okay, wake up in the morning,
Click.
press a button on my PlayStation or my Xbox, downloads automatically, go back to bed. By the time I get back up, it's up there ready to go.
Yeah.
I think we're too controlled by what's on TV these days.
Of course, now a lot of people listen to this and are going to say, these guys are just old, which is
We
part
are.
of it.
We are, yes.
We grew up with a different time and different
Right.
style. And I do agree there are some things we've got now that are better. I mean, yes, maybe there's too much TV, but there are so many better programs than there used to be. I mean,
Correct, yes.
think about all the different science fiction programs that came and went to where the studio would do a half-hearted attempt at it. Manimal, things like that. That just, it's like, really?
But even, we're also desensitizing ourselves as well. For example, Game of Thrones. If you put Game of Thrones on back in the 80s on TV, people would lose their
Yeah.
of anything.
Yeah.
The gratuitous sex, all that kind of stuff. And I love that show.
Well, even if you took that out, say you took the sex and nudity part out,
Right.
and just had just
Beheading
the
and
main
that kind of
story,
stuff, yeah.
that still would be just,
And you
Wow.
figure more and more people raising the bar what they're doing.
yeah.
What's going to happen 15 years from now when you see on TV?
I don't know.
I mean, are you going to see straight out sex on TV and that's be the norm?
Could be after a certain time of night. It could be they eventually get it to where, because that'll be the next thing that would happen probably is, in fact, they already allow that. I mean, you can now show from behind after like 9 o'clock at night or something like that. I think the first one was, which one was it? It wasn't Hill Street Blues. It was one of the cop shows.
Yeah.
I can't remember which one it was, but anyway, one of those had one of the cops, from behind, walking away from the camera or something.
Right.
Was the first, primetime nudity. Wasn't even somebody you'd want to see. I mean, that
I get you.
male or female, it's like, no, don't show me that. But it fit in with the character and what was going on. It's good that we have the options. It's good that we have a lot more content available, but it's gotten to the point where, we watch so much of it. And again, because there's so much, I do think we we start losing some of the old ones. I mean, Hard at Work Matt. Let me pick on him for a minute.
Yeah.
We'll find out if he listens to this, if he brings this up. So if you listen to this, come let me know, Matt.
Yell at him, Matt.
Yell at me, Matt. He doesn't watch anything old. He doesn't like anything old. If it's black and white, he will not. Well, I'm sorry, but there are some really good black and white movies. I don't care if it's what you prefer, even musicals for you. If you were to go through, 2 or 3 or 4 dozen musicals, you would find 1 or 2 that, oh, you're right. I didn't know that one existed. I did enjoy that. Horror movies. In general, I don't like most horror movies, but there's a small subset I've found that I do like Freddy Krueger, Jason, or whatever. But, rap music. Let's take a music. I can't stand rap music. There's a rap song or 2 I've heard that I've gone, oh, that actually is pretty good. So almost any genre, you can find 1 or 2 good ones that you like. Matt would find that. But he's no longer forced to because he has so many choices that we lose sight of some of those classics. The Casablancas, the just incredible movies like that, that unfortunately so many younger people today will never see.
But even still, because of our options right now, how much, like you said, Music Man, might have never discovered that if it wasn't for your limited options, correct?
Yeah.
I mentioned Jaws earlier. Jaws is easily one of my favorite movies of all time. Easily.
Yeah.
It means a lot to me. A lot to my wife as well. The reason I saw Jaws the first time, and I was a young kid when I first saw it, probably about 12 years old, I think, or maybe even younger.
Somewhere in there, yeah.
It was on TV.
Edited for TV.
It was edited for TV. Yeah, the first time I saw it was edited for TV. I didn't see it in the theaters right away. Saw it years later when they... Anyways.
Yeah.
But it was on TV, and nothing else was on at the time. And most channels back in those days, you pretty much get the wires exactly right, antennas exactly right to get them in.
Right.
At the time, there's only one I should get in.
So you sat and watched it?
I sat. It was summertime. The beach was out there. It was raining all the time. I wanted to watch something on TV.
Yeah, discovering stuff is so cool.
I discovered Jaws myself.
Yeah.
I know it was a big thing. Scared me to death at times. That year, actually a couple years later, I wouldn't go. Even though it was my swimming pool, I would go by myself.
To this day, if I walk out to the ocean, as soon as the water is anywhere above my ankles,
it's always in the back of your mind.
I know realistically probably nothing's ever going to happen, but I start thinking about it.
And I discovered that by accident. Just because it happened to be raining that day, and it happened to be home, couldn't do anything, it was nighttime, I wanted to do something, it was summertime, nothing really to do. Planning to go to the beach later on. Hey, it's kind of cool, go to the beach after seeing this movie.
I bet you didn't go to the beach after.
I went to the beach, but I never left the sand. I never left, I never went to the water.
Well, you know you, Brody. You never go in the water.
I used to go swimming in the water. No, actually, I don't think since that movie, I don't think I've gone swimming in the water that deep anyways.
Yeah. Hey,
I would go out there, my parents would be out yelling, get back in here, get back in here.
They come as close as 3 feet of water.
Oh, I know they do. But great whites can't get that too close, I don't think.
I
know. But even still, it's dangerous.
Yeah.
But let's be real. And it's by accident. I discovered a lot of Saved by the Bell. TV show when I was, again, in teenage years, that was on. Discovered by accident. They'd do commercials, that kind of stuff. Have me on day, watch it. Love that show.
I'm sorry.
Let's be real. Watching it right now as an adult, it's like, okay, that's terrible. But growing up in the 80s, I think it was like late 80s.
You're a few years younger. That was...
Right.
I get it. I never was young enough to really enjoy that show.
But I mean, a lot of these things, a lot of the shows I really enjoyed, a lot of the movies I really enjoyed, just happened to see by accident.
Yeah.
I wouldn't see those right now.
So that was the topic I wanted to bring up today. And see,
good topic.
Sounds like we're on the same page there.
Yes.
There are great things today, but we've lost some stuff of yesterday that just kind of sucks. And it points out getting old sometimes, while it brings a lot of wisdom and other stuff, it also brings a lot of things weren't the way they were back in my day.
But my advice, any kids listen to us, which I don't know if they do or not, put a video game down for a minute, get a baseball and a glove, and play catch in your yard. Play, tag the person out, whatever it is, steal the bases, whatever you want to play.
Or go watch The Natural. One of the two.
No.
Okay.
Leave the TV for a minute.
So, do we have a question for next week?
We do, John Paul. Big comic fans, you and I,
yes.
right?
Yes.
Now, there's always the main storylines, the canon universes, etc.
Yeah.
But over the years, they've had these fun little sub-side stories, the what-if stories, the Elseworld stories.
The imaginary stuff, yeah.
Yeah, well, they're also imaginary, let's be real.
But they call them imaginary within their...
Yeah, because it doesn't really happen, but kind of a little fun story, let's tell.
Yeah.
If you can take any of those quote-unquote imaginary stories and make them into a movie, because Gotham by Gaslight just came out recently.
It did.
I loved it back in the day.
Yep.
What one would you do?
All right, that's a good one.
Thank
Because
you.
there's a lot to choose from.
There is a lot to choose from.
Marvel probably has more than anybody. DC has a ton. They never had a dedicated book.
Yeah.
Marvel had What If that went for what? Close to 100 issues or more?
That was a great stuff. I wish they kept doing
DC just sprinkled their imaginary stories in amongst all their books for years and eventually did Elseworlds as a line, but they never had the dedicated one. So I don't know which one has more, but there's a ton of them out there. All right, well, cool. So I think that's it for this week.
that. Yes.
For John Paul
B-Man.
and the Geeks Worldwide Network, we are out of here.
This has been a production of the GWW Radio Network. Please don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review us on iTunes, Stitcher, and SoundCloud. Also, check out Geeks Worldwide at thegww.com for all the latest news, reviews, and opinions on video games, comics, movies, TV, cosplay, and more. Geeks Assemble!